guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to discuss all my favorite things of 2025. This include 2024, and this includes decks, makeup, candles, and books, and nail polish as well. So all my favorite things. So both with respects to a spiritual practice and a non-spiritual practice, although I do consider the use of color and makeup to be a part of my spiritual practice. However, some of you might not. So I just wanted to let you know that before we get started. So I think I'm going to start with the decks. I do have quite a few here. I received a bunch for Christmas or Yule, and there were a couple of decks that were sort of stuck because of the Canada Post strike. However, they have resumed operations, so I did get a bunch in the mail more recently over the past couple of weeks. So I do want to let you know that if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I just have like, I listed off some of my favorite things of this year in my journal. And so with respects to some of my favorite things, some of this stuff is going to be more recent. It is more new to me, and some of this stuff is not. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. So I recently got the Film Noir Tarot. So I actually backed this on Kickstarter. You guys know, if you're not new to my channel, I'm absolutely obsessed with Film Noir. I love Film Noir. I love the aesthetics, and I do like to watch film noir movies in my pastime. So I picked this up, I backed it on Kickstarter, like I said, and I'm having such a unique, interesting experience with this deck. It's very beautiful. The movie titles are on the cards, and then you can see the suit as well as the number of the card on the bottom here. So it's really interesting. I think kings are kingpins. Patsies, I believe, are what this creator titled the pages. It sort of follows its own system, but it still has the meanings of Rider-Waite-Smith structure. So I do really enjoy this deck. To me, this is it's a shadow work heavy deck. It likes to talk about things that are going around in your subconscious. It is a very masculine feeling deck though. And my hope was that it would really speak to the archetype of the femme fatale and be more of a dark, mysterious feminine energy. But this is a very dark and mysterious masculine energy, masculine presenting. At least in my opinion. It is so beautiful though. It's very striking. And the guidebook is really good. Look how thick it is. It's like a novel, like a school book. You get a lot of information. The creator, who is Chris Leach of the Welkin Tarot, so he's got quite a few decks under his belts that he's created. But he does give you some information, actually a lot of information, about the creation of the film noir movie that the card is based off of. And then you get a keys section with keywords as to what the card means. So it's really interesting. And I'm having a lot of fun getting to know this deck, working with this deck, reading about each card. It's really interesting what he chose to represent each card. And it makes a lot of sense actually, but it's a beautiful card. I I actually chose I think this is the Nine of Wands, or it's called Nine of Smoke in his deck. But I absolutely love the Bloodmoon depiction with the rails, like the track here. It's just such a beautiful card. This is from one of my card pulls a couple of days ago, but I just love the artwork. I love that dark, mysterious, it's kind of moody. It's like, but it's very masculine in its energy. It's been a lot of fun to get to know this deck. So not particularly new. I've been really enjoying the Magick of You Oracle. I don't believe I put this in my top 5 favorite decks of 2024. But this is an absolutely beautiful deck. I've been really enjoying working with it. I've been using it non-stop since I've received it. It's just such a supportive deck. It's very supportive of you and your path and where you currently are on it. It really speaks to the witch archetype. And it has some very beautiful thought-invoking artwork. I can't put it down. I've been using it nonstop. Just nonstop. So this is, again, the Magick of You Oracle. This is mass market. It's created by Fiona Horn. I forgot to mention Film Noir. I back this on Kickstarter. So this is an independently produced deck. You can purchase it off of Chris Leach's website. I think it's called the Welkin Tarot. I think it's Welkin Tarot. WelkinTarot.com. This is his little business card that I got. Another deck that I've recently, I didn't recently purchase it, but I did recently receive it. This was a Yule gift. This is called the Yokai Tarot. So if you're new to my channel, you probably wouldn't know, but I absolutely love Japan. Absolutely love Japan. Me and my husband, we love anime. We love watching anime and playing anime games. We've actually even been to Japan. We just love all things Japanese. I particularly am very interested in yokai. One of my favorite games is Okami. I've played it so many times. I'm now currently playing it again whenever I have free time, which isn't often, but I just absolutely adore anime. One of me and my husband's favorite series is the Persona series. We have Persona Royale, which I believe is the more recent one. But when I saw that there was finally a yokai deck coming out in English, there was, I think, Yokai Yochi, which is an independently produced yokai deck. However, I've never really been able to purchase it. The artist, I think, only has a couple, and she only occasionally posts them on her shop. So when I saw that this deck was being created and released, I was so excited because I don't have a single yokai deck. And that's something that I'm trying to do. I have a good foundation of decks at this point in my collection. I'm looking for truly unique decks. Things that will really serve a purpose. And that's something that I really want to focus on in 2005, is just being very intentional with my deck purchases as well as my cosmetics purchases, which we'll go into that a little bit later. But I'm really just looking for things that are unique, that can really serve a unique purpose in my collection. And this deck is very unique. If you love Japanese culture, especially historical Japanese, this is definitely a wonderful deck purchase. It's also mass market. It doesn't really break the bank. And I do find that Amazon as well as other shops do have sales quite often. So I've always found that if I'm patient and I wait for a sale, usually it works out and I can pick up a deck that I really, really want on sale. But absolutely love this deck. It's very accurate, eerily so. It's very, very accurate. Still getting to know the deck, but I am having such an interesting experience with this deck. It reminds me of my childhood. My love of all things anime. It really started with Sailor Moon. I also used to watch Inuyasha. I remember back when it was first airing on television, I was in my teens, but this deck reminds me of that. It reminds me of Inuyasha and Okami during those periods of time when I watched that anime and I played that video game. Okami, which I think I forgot to mention, it features myths, like ancient Japanese myths, as well as there's Shinto gods. Like I know that Amaterasu is in the game. She is your main character that you get to play. As well as I believe it has imps. So there is some crossover, which I do find really interesting. So again, this is the Yokai Tarot, a deck of Japanese folklore, and it's created by Marga Biazzi and Paolo Bertazzo. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm terrible at names. Terrible with names. Pronouncing names. Sometimes I feel like I can barely pronounce words. Another deck that I have just been so in love with is the Tarot of the Huntress. There's nudity in this deck, by the way, so if that offends you, just be warned. Absolutely loving this deck. You guys know I just finished up a mini workshop working with this deck alongside Hecate, and I am just obsessed. It's so beautiful. I'm really enjoying the pre-Raphaelite artwork. This is a beautiful depiction of the tower, by the way. Off topic, but I'm enjoying this pre-Raphaelite artwork, and I didn't think that I would, but I really have to admit that I love it. I get why people collect these decks, the pre-Raphaelite decks. It's just stunning. And I don't have anything like this in my collection. This is my very first pre-Raphaelite deck. And it feels special because it's an Artemis deck. It's just absolutely stunning. It has this really wild, feral energy to it. Very of fertility, the earth. But it's also about power, stepping into your personal power and sovereignty. It's just such a wonderful deck. Just wonderful deck. If you love Artemis and you like pre-Raphaelite artwork, and if you have this deck, you should work with it. It's just absolutely stunning. Okay, last two decks. So this one I purchased quite a while back. I just recently got it in the mail though. So this is a French deck. It's called Oracle Lilith. So it came in this, it came pretty banged up. I purchased this used. It came from Germany. So it did come pretty banged up, but it is a very beautiful and unique deck. It's so hard to find Lilith decks out there. So I was hooked and I had my eye on it for a while, and then I saw that I could purchase it used at a discounted rate. So I said, you know what, that's a sign, I'm going to get it. and I'm having a lot of fun getting to know the deck. I like the embossing, and it's black and white imagery, and then you have this, it leans very pink. I would say it's a burgundy, but I know that it's registering as pink in my lighting, but it is a very beautiful deck. It's edged as well in that burgundy. I know it looks pink, but it's burgundy. It's beautiful. So this is a deck that I am getting to know, and I'm assigning my own personal meanings. Similarly to, if you're not new to my channel, similarly to how I work with the Botanical Oracle. That deck I purchased to work with Hecate, and that deck I just use intuitively, and I have my own personal meanings for each card. So I'm working with this deck very similarly in connection with, well, working with this deck with Lilith. So this is the Oracle of Lilith. And again, this deck it's very unique. I don't have an Oracle deck for Lilith. This is something specifically created for Lilith, so I'm very interested in, I'm interested in collecting more decks that are specifically created and intentionally created for the gods and goddesses that I work with. Lilith is one of them. So those are all the newer decks that I've been really enjoying, and they've become quick favorites of mine as the year is coming to a close. And now I want to move on to the candles. So I have been really enjoying the cinnamon spiced vanilla candle by Bath & Body Works. I, however, ran out, so I don't have that to show you, but I do have 3 other candles. So I just purchased my candles from Bath & Body Works because it's accessible to me. I am looking for a more ethically, more clean burn candle, because these ones they're not the best for you, as is the case with a lot of mass-produced candles. But I'm looking for something that is crafted with a lot of intention, that is local to Canada though, because the ones that you purchase from the States can be quite expensive to ship here to Canada. So I just wanted to throw that out there to see if any of you know of any independent companies or smaller companies that create candles that are local to Canada. Let me know in the comment section below if you know any companies like that. But I do have my 3 cents, so I chose this one for Yule, and it's the perfect Christmas. So it has that fresh cut pine, cinnamon, sugar, and toasted marshmallow scent to it. So this was my Yule candle, and then I purchased the cinnamon spiced vanilla. So I usually get that every year. It typically comes out around the fall. That was my transition scent from Samhain to Yule. But again, I ended up using that. I purchased this one for Artemis, Eucalyptus Snowfall. So this is frozen eucalyptus, snowy spearmint, and winter lavender. So it's a beautiful scent. I just find that the Bath & Body Works candles are very strong. So sometimes if I have a headache, or if I'm not feeling well, it's very difficult to use these candles. They're really overpowering. And then I just recently picked this one up for my post-Yule once I'm finished a Christmas A Perfect Christmas. I have Leaves. So this is a beautiful, it kind of reminds me of the, spiced apple toddy candle that they have. It smells really nice. It has like an apple spicy kind of scent. So if you're new to my channel, you might not know, I tend to like sweeter scents, things that are very earthy and spicy as well. I like cloves, cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg, as well as some fruity scents as well. So I do tend to prefer more sweeter scents. So those are the 3 candles, or 4 actually, that I've been absolutely obsessed with. Books. Apart from, there's some really incredible guidebooks that I've discovered this year. The Film Noir Tarot guidebook is incredible. Wildwood Tarot, incredible guidebook as well. But as for actual books, She Who Hunts really blew me away this year. And I recently picked up and started purchasing Burning Woman. This came highly recommended. I know a lot of people in the community read this book and absolutely love this book. I'm really enjoying it so far. And Psychic Tarot as well. It hasn't really told me anything new from how I already read tarot. I'm a very, I can't speak today. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, so this book hasn't really blown me away with anything, but it's still an interesting read. So I've been enjoying that as well. So now I want to get into the makeup. So this is my favorite part to watch in other people's videos, but these are some of the makeup products that I've been really enjoying this year. I don't even know where to start. So lip liner. You guys know I love the Moira lip liners with the sharpeners at the bottom. I've also really enjoyed these lip liners by Wet n Wild. It's called the Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner. So this one is in Plum Together. I purchased all the colors in the past. I've recently gotten off the Moira and back onto the Wet n Wild. But I've also just repurchased a bunch of my lip liners from Moira. So I kind of go back and forth between the two, but I really do like this one. It's Plum Together. I like the red one as well. This one is my favorite to mix with. One of my favorite lipsticks this year actually is by Nars. It's the Powermatte Lip Pigment. This is in the shade Somebody to Love. So it's a very beautiful soft brown, but it is my favorite brown at the moment. It's just this gorgeous soft brown. I'm wearing it in some of my more recent videos apart from this one. So this is one that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I like to pair it with Legend by Moira lip liner, the one with the sharpener at the bottom. And sometimes this one as well. So they work very beautifully together. As for other lipsticks that I've been absolutely obsessed with this year is the Nars Powermatte Pigment lipstick. This is in the shade Rock With You. It's a very dark red. I know that my camera is not picking up how dark it is. It's really dark. It's like a wine red. Like my camera's not doing it justice. It's actually appearing a lot brighter than it is in real life. This is a very dark wine red. And I recently picked up the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink This is in the shade Mover, so I'm wearing it today. I'm really drawn to these really grungy, rich browns when I'm working with Hecate. It's brown or black, sometimes green, like a grungy green, but typically it's a grungy brown or black that I'm really incredibly drawn to when I'm working with her. So that's it for lipsticks. You guys know I love for foundation, I love the Colourpop. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Foundation, or the other one is a matte foundation. It's by Pure. I think it's the Love Yourself or 4-in-1 selfie. I can't remember what it's called, but it's usually what I go for when I want to look super matte. I've been obsessed with this one again, the hyaluronic foundation. I'm wearing it today, and it just has such a beautiful finish on the skin, and it gives you this really natural looking shine. It's really pretty, especially around this time of the year when you look so dry. It's currently winter right now when I'm filming. Another Colourpop recent purchase of mine, well, not really that recent, but I purchased it this year. It's the Colourpop BFF Volumizing Mascara. So I have it in shade black. So mine's fading because I've used it so much. I'm using it today. It gives you this really fluffy looking eyelash. It's beautiful. I've been obsessed. Another one that I really like is by Benefit, but it doesn't give you that fluffy lash. It's more of like a thinner, all your eyelashes are kind of separated lash, which looks good for certain eye looks, but I've been just so obsessed with this fluffy looking lash that I can get with this product. And it doesn't clump, at least in my opinion, on me. It's beautiful and it lasts all day. I don't have any complaints with respects to this mascara. Also new to me this year was the Paranormal Plush by Unearthly Cosmetics. I have the shade Bloodmoon. It's that red. I'm wearing it today. It's absolutely beautiful. It blends out beautifully. It has great wear power, staying power. It's it's dark when you apply it, but it blends out so beautifully. It's it doesn't look muddy on your skin. It's just so beautiful. If you're looking for a cream blush and you like to support small businesses, check this out. I think I just saw that they're having a 20% off sale right now, and these blushes have been restocked on their website. So eyeshadow, you guys know I love eyeshadow. I was hooked on the Clarity Cosmetics Deadly Rose eyeshadow palette. I, however, have recently had a bad experience with that company. I've had a bunch of eyeshadow palettes break on me, which I've been able to repress, but then it would just break again. So my Croc palette is doing that, and my Deadly Rose palette. It didn't come to me broken, but it recently broke on me. So I unfortunately have to say I don't really want to support that company anymore, just because I like my eyeshadows to not break. But that eyeshadow I was absolutely in love with. I used it a lot this year, but I really enjoy the Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. I haven't had a single eyeshadow break on me. Now, as I've mentioned on my channel before, these eyeshadows don't last as long as the Clarity Cosmetics formula does on my eyes, at least in my personal opinion, with my skin type and my pH level. I just find that these ones they don't always last, especially in my crease. I do have hooded eyes, so even with my favorite all-time favorite primer, eyeshadow primer. Even with my all-time favorite primer, eyeshadow primer, it's by Pretty Vulgar. It's I don't see the name, but it's by Pretty Vulgar. It has like this really cute packaging with the antique key. I've tried a lot of eyeshadow primers. This is the best one. It just works the best on me personally, but even with this, it will sometimes crease a little bit in the crease, like it will rub off. So that's just one thing, is like I've personally experienced that maybe the staying power isn't the best, but the packaging's incredible. I love the artwork. I love that they support artists. Personally, I don't like to purchase any decks that are AI created, as well as my makeup palettes. So I try to stick with companies that are independently produced, with a good reputation when it comes to the formula, long lasting, as well as not supporting AI art. So I really do have to shout out Unearthly Cosmetics, because they're really excellently packaged. This is Devour. I just recently picked this up for Yule. This was one of my Christmas gifts. Absolutely obsessed. It's the perfect color theme for Christmas too, with the reds and the greens. I also have to shout out their shimmer formula. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very fine glitter. It looks so pretty on the eyes. I use this palette today. I use the chocolate brown here with Snack. But absolutely love this formula. It's just stunning. Otherwise, I do find that the shadows are long lasting. It's just not in my crease where my hood is, like, because my eyes are hooded, as you can see. So it will rub off there, but it's not that noticeable in my opinion, and it doesn't really bother me. Sorcerous Smoke is another one that I've absolutely enjoyed working with. This year I've been really enjoying these grungy tones working with Hecate, and I know her energy is particularly strong when I'm incredibly drawn to this eyeshadow palette. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes to work with Hecate with. Absolutely obsessed with the grungy tones. There's like this beautiful matte black. There's excellent neutral browns, and Potent is absolutely gorgeous. This is like one of my favorite browns to wear. The greens are also really nice in this eyeshadow palette. Another Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that I've been absolutely obsessed with this year, this is my Lilith palette, by the way, is this High Temp. Obsessed. It's beautiful. I love this shade. As you can see, I've put quite a dent in it, but I really like to mix this brown and this red together. It makes this gorgeous maroon. I wore this eyeshadow palette for my Devil video, my Devil archetype video, with this gorgeous metallic, and then I put the brown on top, the gold, this like kind of champagne-y gold shade down here on top of the red. It was really pretty. It turned into like a rose gold. Absolutely stunning. I love working with these eyeshadow palettes because I find that you can mix them really well together. They're easy to mix. They're easy to blend out. I've never had an eyeshadow just blend out so beautifully like the formula in these palettes. Just superb. Chef's kiss. Just incredible. They mix so well together. They don't look muddy. I find that they blend out beautifully. Just again, like I said, they do kind of come off a bit in my, like where my, because I have hooded eyes where my crease is. So that's just the only thing. But otherwise, I absolutely love the formula. I love the packaging. I love the artwork. It's just, it's excellent. And I love It's like witchy packaging. I love the witchy aesthetic. It's one of my favorite aesthetics. Absolutely obsessed with Unearthly Cosmetics this year. I'm so happy that I discovered the brand, and I really do like to support small businesses, and this is considered a small business. So another new to me, I recently picked them up for Christmas, is Mooncat nail polishes. I love to do my nails. I usually do it Friday nights. It's just one of the ways that I like to partake in self-care. So I picked up these nail polishes by Mooncat. So I have Artemis's Deathkiss, Ghosts of Hecate, which is what I'm wearing today. As well as Forbidden Fruit. So this is one that I think I'm gonna wear for New Year's. I'll probably put it on. I'm absolutely obsessed with these nail polishes. They smooth out like gel, like they self-level like gel. They come on like they smooth out really nicely. They are long lasting, long wearing. I put these on Friday. It's now currently Monday, and it looks like they're just slightly like chipping, but it's not noticeable. Like, I just think that they're such great quality. I'm just absolutely obsessed. And my nails aren't in the greatest shape from, I was using a lot of the Insta-Dry by Sally Hansen, and I was noticing like my nails would chip almost immediately, or after maybe 24 hours or even 8 hours. Sometimes it would happen as early as the next morning. So these are a great bang for your buck. They're pretty affordable. They're just not long wearing. So, but I do have a bunch of these. This is the shade Cinesnap. This is actually one of my favorite shades. Really drawn to these dark reds right now around this time of the year, but I do have to shout out Mooncat. If you're looking for great quality nail polish, I would try them out. Really excellent. I'm excited to grow my Mooncat nail polish collection in the new year. I am just so obsessed. I think they look so nice. I can see that this being a great conversation starter. But anyway, that is the end of this video. These are all my favorite things of 2024, and I'm looking forward to discovering new things in 2025, but also just being really intentional with my purchases next year, and really thinking deeply if whether or not this is something that is worth investing in. I have a good foundation of tarot decks as well as eyeshadow palettes, so I think my purchases are gonna be more geared towards other things, other products, now that I have such a good solid foundation for my staples. Makeup has been such a significant part of my spiritual practice. The use of color particularly. I just love expressing myself with makeup, and I find that my aesthetic sort of changes slightly depending on which face of the dark feminine I'm drawn to and working with. With Hecate, like I said, it's a lot of blacks and grungy browns and greens. Lilith, it's like this fiery red, like smoky eye, or it'll be black and red. And then with Artemis, it's been like this purpley gray, I think it's called a lilac, like a lilac, lavenders, purples, blues, and grays, silvers. So it's just one of the ways that I really enjoy expressing myself in connection to my work with the dark feminine, even with my tarot decks too. I find I'm very drawn to specific color themes. So I'm curious to see where the new year takes that practice. I've now started branching out to nail polish. I've always enjoyed getting my nails done as well as doing my own nails. So I'm happy to get back into that again. I do like having painted nails. There's just something about it that I really enjoy. And it takes me back to when I was younger, my younger years, my maiden years. But yeah, like I said, I'm really curious to see what the new year has in store for me. But yeah, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for, I don't know, just spending time with me today and listening to me talk about makeup for, I don't know, like 40 minutes at this point. So if you did make it this far, thank you so much. I can't believe how far I've come, how far we've all come. I can't believe that the year is coming to a close. It's still, I can't wrap my head around that. The new year is right around the corner. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.